Hi.
Hello. Welcome to Kristen Lee's Vlogs. I'm here with my good friend
Soul's Vids.
Yes, Soul's Vids. He was the one who was editing my videos in the very beginning and kind of put me on to, hey, maybe you should vlog your travels. So
yes.
Here we are. Soul and I actually met summer of 2019, technically a little bit beforehand, because we studied abroad together. So he decided to drive out and join me today. We're gonna talk about our study abroad experience. It's gonna be like a very casual, probably mildly chaotic discussion. And it's gonna be a little bit all over the place, so, you know, bear with us. We're very awkward vloggers.
Especially me.
Yeah, especially me. But he's the pro editor and I'm the high energy.
Yeah.
But yes, today we're gonna be talking about study abroad, specifically the study abroad programs that are available at UC San Diego. But yeah, so if you have any questions about that, let us know. Otherwise, we're gonna go ahead and get to it. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about the 3 levels that are available to study abroad, well, within the study abroad program at UC San Diego. FYI, if it sounds like I'm a tour guide, it's because I am, or I was a tour guide at UC San Diego. So if you have any questions about campus life, all that good stuff, I can probably answer those as well. But anywho, there's 3 tiers of study abroad at UC San Diego. The closest and most comfortable and easy transition one is a global seminar. Basically, a global seminar is a 5-week program, either the beginning of summer or the end. There's 2 sessions. And it's basically transporting a classroom from UC San Diego to somewhere abroad. Literally, you're still surrounded by UC San Diego students. You're taught by UC San Diego faculty. You're just borrowing a classroom in some foreign country. So it's really comfortable. It's really awesome. They plan everything. You just go to school for 4 days out of the 5, weekdays, and you go to class for 3 hours, and then the rest of the time is for you to do whatever you see fit. The next level is level 2, which is UC EAP. Basically, that means you study abroad at a foreign institution, but the fellow students you're with are UC students. So I could be in a class that has like 1 student from UC San Diego, a bunch of students from Berkeley, some students from UC Davis, maybe a couple from UCLA, all that good stuff, right? You're surrounded by a bunch of different UC San Diego. And you can check out the UC EAP site. They literally have, I think, over 1,000 different programs across the globe. I was gonna do one of those programs, but then we all know what happened in 2020. Yeah, F in the chat, please. And then the last program is basically the OAP, which stands for Opportunities Abroad Program. And this one has a lot of freedom. Basically, you go out there and you find your own study abroad program and you figure out, hey, I want to take this course. Now I need to look at the syllabus and see which class it most resembles to UC San Diego and how you can make the credit from abroad transfer to the credit at UC San Diego. It's a little bit obviously more complicated when you do that, but it gives you literally endless opportunities, right? You could take a class from, I don't know, South Korea, or you could take one in New Zealand, or wherever you want to go, whatever suits your style and your interests, So those are the 3 levels. If you have questions, drop them below. I'd be happy to answer them. But yeah, with that, we're gonna go ahead and get started talking about our personal experience.
All right, so we actually did the global seminar titled Jazz in Paris.
You like jazz?
In Paris. It was the summer of 2019, and basically we filled out our applications like in December, and once you were accepted and once you knew you were going, you'd meet with your future classmates and your faculty or your professor a couple times before you actually end up going in the spring quarter. And yeah, and then next thing you know, I was in Paris. It was awesome. So.
But before that,
that's right.
They do make a Facebook group, or I suggest if they don't make one for yourself, and try and get as many of the contact information of your fellow students. Personally, what I did is I made a group chat and then I made a poll within that, and I was like, yo, I'm trying to hella travel. Like, I'm trying to travel every single weekend. I don't want to stay in the same city for more than 4 days. Let's go, let's travel. If you want to link up, if you want to travel with me, like, put which city you want to visit and I'll plan everything. Like, just take initiative. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there, because I swear, like, we had some bomb ass crazy experiences.
Yeah, And I just want to say, I saw her message and I was like, hell yeah, I'm doing that, I'm down. But when we met up, I said like 0 words, literally. I was like the quietest one, I think.
This dude literally never spoke,
I didn't speak at all. Until we went over there.
But no, you did say, like, you after the meeting, he was so timid, and I mean, obviously I put myself in front of the camera, so I'm fairly like outgoing. But he came up to me and he was like, hey, like, I just wanted to let you know I'm down to go wherever you go, like, just like count me in.
I said I'm down.
Yeah.
And I meant it.
And so yeah, he was the only person who I think went to every single country that I went to, all the cities, and it was just a really awesome time. In terms of speaking about like the actual experience once we got to Paris, it's so well planned out. It's awesome. Yeah. Like definitely this is considered like the half adulting step. Like, yeah, you get your independence, you get your freedom, you get to plan your schedule, you're responsible for your finances, but you know, they're responsible for picking you up from the airport, making sure you get to your accommodations, making sure you have housing accommodations. They plan even some like team/class meals together, class excursions. They make sure transportation is accessible to you. They'll get you a Metro card. It's just really well planned out and organized. Even before you leave, you know what the schedule is going to be. Yeah. Like, you know, if you're going to be going to a concert at the Louis Vuitton Foundation Concert Hall, or if you're going to some club to watch a little intimate performance from above, or all kinds of stuff, right? So you can really plan your trip accordingly and plan it in advance, which is awesome. But yeah, do you have any other words?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was my first time ever traveling like that. And when I got to the airport, they were there to pick me up. They took me to the place where we had our classes, and then from there they gave me a ride to my housing, which was like an apartment. And so that was really nice. I don't think I would have done that by myself, especially like knowing me and knowing how quiet I am and shy. So that really helped out a lot. So if you're someone who's afraid of those type of things, like those type of situations in like a new place or whatever, they're gonna help you out and you'll be fine, really.
Plus, UCSD hooks it up. I don't know if it was just our seminar in particular, but like I swear I treated my apartment as if it was like a penthouse. We were right outside the Eiffel Tower on the like 13th floor, and it was expansive. There were windows everywhere. And so you just got like an almost 360 view of the city, and I was like, what? Obviously not everyone was like that, but
yeah, so that's the thing too, like that I was surprised about, that we weren't all in one area or like one dorm, which is what I was expecting. We were all kind of separated throughout the city. Yeah. So it was cool because like, oh, let's go visit Kristen today. So we take the Metro and go over there. Or, oh, after class, we're gonna go visit like this other friend. So that was pretty nice. I think I actually like that a lot. Yeah,
no, and it forces you to really step out of your comfort zone. You have to go and meet up with friends. Be like, hey, I'll meet you in the 7th arrondissement, something like that. So all in all, like, study abroad is so freaking awesome, and I wish more people did it. I know that there's a lot of financial constraints when considering study abroad, but I really do think it's worth it, because you're never gonna have this period of time in your life where you're kind of responsible, but you're not fully responsible for all of your actions, if that makes sense. In that, like, some of you might be getting financial assistance from your parents. You know, you don't have to pay for full-on healthcare because you can get healthcare through the school, or that kind of thing. Like, it's just this really awesome period of time in your life where you're finally getting to see what the real world is outside of your household, and you're not fully expected to have life figured out. Like, people give you a lot of leeway, and so this is really your opportunity to explore and figure out, hey, what is beyond societal expectations? What is beyond what I've been told to do, you know?
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, so now for some things we'd probably do differently. Me personally, I probably would try to live in the moment a little bit more. I think since it was my first time there and I had a camera, so I would just always have it on me. I was always taking pictures, or I was always like, you know, like, oh, Snapchatting my friends and stuff. But maybe if I could do it again, I'd probably, like I said, do that a little bit less. Try to enjoy my time there, really just like take in the moment. But I mean, it's a small thing though. Other than that, like, I had a great time regardless, so. Yeah.
I guess for me, I would just try to go out a little more. that summer in particular was one of the hottest summers in Europe, as in it was literally like the hottest summer on record. There were record heat waves and all that, so everyone was just staying indoors. But like there's always things, like you can go to museums, you can go to areas that are air conditioned, but we all chose to stay indoors. So I wish I kind of went out a little bit more. Also be open to meeting new people. Like one of my biggest travel tips in general now that I share with people is join a dating app. Like even if you don't have the intention of dating, like you might have like an SO in your life, like IRL, you can just be upfront, be one of those people who's transparent and disclose like, hey, I'm not looking for a significant other. I'm traveling to your city for X amount of days and I'm looking for someone to show me around. I'd love to thank you with like a cup of coffee or something cheap, right? It doesn't have to be a grandiose gesture or anything like that. But this is a really awesome way. I've made a lot of like lifelong friends over Hinge, and I was just like, hey, I'm not really looking for one, but I'm gonna be in Paris or I'm gonna be in Spain. If you wanna meet up and hang out and just vibe and stuff. And I'm really, you know, this is what I'm like. But this is an awesome way you can meet new people and make new experiences and make connections for the future. Because now I have free housing in a lot of places, and that saves lives.
You're goddamn right.
Okay, we're awkward. I'm sorry. Again, like this is just a thing. But anywho, glasses.
I forgot my shades. I
activated.
should have brought my shades. You could have been twinning.
Yes. Anywho, what would you rate study abroad?
I would give it a 10 out of 10. I think I had a great time. I made a lot of memories, and yeah, I mean, for me it was a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, no,
day.
absolutely the same. I would also, I'm so serious. If you keep seeing me go like this, it's because we're getting attacked by bugs, like summer bugs.
I got bit, like right here.
I got bit everywhere. Anyways, I would give the experience absolutely like 11 out of 10. It was one of the best experiences of my life. I don't know if I already mentioned this, but I think I visited 8 countries in like 7 weeks, and I went to 11 different cities, maybe a little bit more. It was just such a transformative experience, the entire thing. And even if you think you can't go, I'm telling you, you can. I know that taking out loans is strongly frowned upon in this day and age, and there's crippling debt everywhere, but there are so many scholarships out there. Check within your school, check outside programs, like ask your study abroad advisors. They're there to help you out and try and figure out a way to get you to study abroad. And then of course, like there are so many part-time job opportunities within your school, probably outside of school. You can always tutor other people in subjects you're taking classes on. Like there's just a lot of opportunities. Like if you want it bad enough, you'll make it happen. So what was I supposed to do?
So how it changed us.
Yes.
Future,
So how studying abroad changed our lives and where we're at now. For me, like I kind of already mentioned, it was absolutely transformative. I don't think without that study abroad experience, that first one, I would be into traveling as much as I am now. Like if you look at my other videos, I've been to quite a few places in the last 2 or 3 years. It really like sparked that passion for traveling and wanting to expose myself to different countries, different cultures, languages, people, and just really see what's out there. I think a lot of people live in this little bubble of our comfort zone and what we know, and then we forget like, hey, there's a whole entire world out there, and there's more beyond, you know, just Western Europe. There's Eastern Europe, there's Asia, there's South America, Central America, like so many places to explore that haven't really had a lot of focus on. And so for me, study abroad was incredible, and I look at it only with fond memories. Even the pickpocketing incident, even the getting a ticket on the last metro incident, even crying in the subway incident, or throwing up in public.
Oh, your flight getting canceled.
My flight repeatedly getting canceled. Yeah, there's lots of travel stories to come.
That's the next video.
Yeah. Was you?
For me, I think, so before the study abroad program, I had never traveled before, like anywhere. So since then, I mean, I've traveled to various countries. I just went to Tahiti last year with Kristen, and then I went to Mexico a couple of times and just other stuff. So it's really pushed me to be more confident and just sort of take that initiative and go travel. And as far as like work and stuff, I mean, I've been doing a lot of videos and photos and just like a lot of just things I didn't think I'd ever be able to do. And it's also pushed me into an interest in learning different languages, like French, for example. I'm picking up Japanese right now because eventually I do want to go to Japan. So yeah, I just think like it's something that I never thought I would do, and after doing it, like I can take that same sort of mentality and take it somewhere else. Like, oh, I'll probably never go to Japan.
What did
But now
you
it's like, see, that's what I would have said before. But now it's like, oh, I'm definitely going. I don't know when, but I'll go.
I'll find
be
a
there.
way. I'll
Yeah,
find a
like,
way.
it's gonna. If you want it that bad, you'll do it. So.
Yeah, exactly. Just touching on what he said, I totally agree. Without study abroad, I don't think I would. Well, obviously, I know I wouldn't be here. Like traveling, trying to make a way to travel as like a career and kind of not a career, but like as a form of income on the side to supplement like actual work. It opened me up to like, hey, video editing, having a blog, and just trying to figure out a way to like promote learning of different cultures and stuff. Because for me, I was a straight arrow, and I'm still partially a straight arrow, but I was like a super straight arrow, as in I was all school, get it done, get straight A's, like going to do research, gonna go industry, all that stuff. But now that I've seen the world a little bit more, I'm like, wait, actually, pause, I'm gonna take a gap year. I wanna go explore other interests and see maybe something else is my passion. And for me, it's traveling and educating people on what's out there is my passion. But yeah, that's the end of the video. If you like this, like it. Comment below if you're interested in studying abroad. Where would you want to go? If you have studied abroad, let me know your experiences. I also love connecting with people who just study abroad in general, because once you go, like most of the time you don't regret it. Like, I don't think I've ever met someone who was like, I hated studying abroad. Like, everyone always talks about it with some degree of fondness. But yeah, I would just love to hear your stories. But without further ado, that's the end of the video. If you want to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe. Otherwise, I'll check you guys in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.